Dry regions are getting drier, but there might be a nationwide rainmaker coming next week. Hello, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks for joining us for our Wednesday weather video. And we're tracking a low and a high, but neither of them are directly over the top of us. And the squash zone, where all the winds are, that's also not over the top of us. So there is the low. There's the high. New Zealand, really for the next few days, we're in between systems, but not smack bang in between them where we get those windy conditions. In fact, we've got very average air pressure, which means not overly windy, not overly wet, and for some places, that also means not overly sunny. You'll have a fair bit of cloud. But the North Island at the moment, because of this low nearby, and the way the high is directing these southerlies in, there's a bit of a southeast to southerly flow over the North Island. That is keeping some places very sunny. Fairly cloudy around parts of the South Island, and a lot of cloud up here around East Cape, where it's also the windiest. And that wind is being generated in that squash zone up here, which is forming north of us out at sea and even north of White Island, although it may just be helping to contribute to some sort of choppy seas around White Island at the moment. So this is the satellite map. You can see there's a lot of cloud out over the Bay of Plenty. The low itself, I mean, it's big, but the air pressure is not much. It's a pretty weak system. So a lot of cloud associated with that out to sea. Some of that's coming into East Cape, Hawke's Bay, where over the next 24 hours you will get a little bit of rain or showers. It may not be a huge amount, but it is coming in. Sunny skies for parts of the North Island, as I just said, because of the wind direction. And then as you go further down the South Island, back come the clouds. So this is how we look for Thursday. That low still sitting there, still pretty weak. The high sitting there, also pretty weak. So that's the reason really why we're not seeing a lot of dramatic weather. A weak high, a weak low, everything's sort of around average. And average usually means we get a bit of cloud, a couple of showers, sunny weather, nothing really to write home about. So that's really what we've got. Now there will be some shower activity for Hawke's Bay. That may make it look a little more widespread than it really is, but hopefully you get some rain if you need it. It has become quite dry there with those temperatures up over 30 degrees a number of times over the last couple of weeks. Now as we head into the end of the week, there's a bit of a change. The westerlies are coming back. The weak high still to the north, blocking off the tropics for now. And a bit of rain comes back to the west coast. Compared to what you've just had, it is very much nothing. But there could be a couple of heavy falls. So also based on what you've just had, you may just want to keep a close eye on that front as it comes into the west coast on Friday, and a bit of rain also coming back into Southland. By Saturday, that front really falling apart as it moves up into the North Island with higher air pressure and subtropical winds coming back. You know, a number of places over the next few days will be several degrees warmer than average. And the overnight temperatures, which have been a little cooler lately, they will be lifting up as a result of these subtropical winds coming back and, you know, a few rain clouds in there. And our final map for Sunday shows more rain clouds out here to the west building up. And that's the key point, the building up part. So I said there could be a wet event next week around Tuesday at this stage. It is not yet locked in. But what we look for when we're trying to find a rainmaker when it's dry is a gap in between the highs. So there's a high out there over Australia, and there's another big high right there to our east, which is departing away. As that one departs away, down come the subtropical winds and weather. And there's a vulnerable part in here where you start to find there's maybe more of a southerly flow over towards Australia and a northeast flow down towards us, and that can start to spin a low right here in the Tasman, pulling down subtropical rain. So take a look at the rain maps we've got. You can sort of see that going right up to Tuesday, and you might notice it might be pouring with rain at your place for that day, but I have to stress it isn't yet locked in. And why? Well, if these two highs start to join up, that cuts off that nor'easter. So there's a little bit of wait and see here with this one, but keep an eye on our rain maps, because next Tuesday probably does have one of the better chances for some rain around the country before that big high comes our way. That's all from me. Our next update will be on Thursday.